Well, it's another beautiful day on the farm. Trees are kind of starting to get a little color. Hey guys. So I've got a kind of busy day today. We have a Halloween hayride parade thing tonight. We were supposed to have it yesterday evening, but the rain called it off. So it ended up raining yesterday till dark. We got another ½ inch of rain, so that makes 4 for the last 8 days, I think, which is pretty awesome. So today I need to get a round bale and move the round bale feeder, and then go get the cows and walk them up from the bottom pasture, pin them up, and then I got to make sure the little Ford 3000 is ready to go for the hayride tonight, and go get some square bales for the trailer. There's gonna be 2 other trailers, so this is kind of us and the neighbors. Everybody's got a little tractor and a 16-foot trailer, so we get the kids and the neighbors' kids and the friends' kids and all that, and have a little parade. So it's pretty cool. But anyway, I got a lot of prep work. Some of this was going to get done yesterday and some of it today, and now it's all getting done today, so everything's kind of cramped. So Alright, so that didn't take very long. Now we'll check out the Ford 3000, make sure it starts. And it tends to have a power steering fluid leak that I need to check out. Nice thing about every Ford is it comes with a built-in toolbox on the inside of the fender. And it's just so handy. I'll do this with one hand. Oh, come on, tiny pliers. Yep, it's low. So I'll get some power steering fluid. But let's see if it starts. Can see it, but like 100 moths just flew out of the muffler. Alright, we should be good there. I just wanted to check and make sure it would start okay, so I didn't have any surprises this evening. I'll go get some power steering fluid and top it off. Okay, so next, I guess we can go get the cows. I don't know if you can see them, but they haven't noticed us yet. They're going to get real excited in a second. They're going to think I'm feeding them, and I'm not. So the first thing I need to do is take down this hot wire so they can get out. And the reel's way over there, and they need to exit way over here. So we'll see how they handle that. And then I'm just going to walk them down the road till we get to the milk barn. Oh, they spotted us. Here they come. They're going to rush that trough. Then they're going to get mad and start mooing at me. Hello, boys. How y'all doing today? Y'all ready to move? You're like, hey, what's the deal, man? Trough's back this way. So I walked right past that solar panel and forgot to unhook it. So I had to go back and unhook it. So now they're really confused. So I walked all the way back to the trough and then turned around and walked all the way back over here. We had a tree fall here in the rain we've had this week, an old deadly rotten tree. To get out here and cut this up. I think it's too rotten to make firewood, but we'll see. Got another one over there. Trunk is as big around as a Volkswagen, I swear. And I don't have a saw that'll go through it. I'm afraid to cut the limbs because I don't know what'll happen when it shifts. It weighs as much as a building. It fell last year. I've just been ignoring it. It's a shame because it's taken up pasture. Cows love having something to rub on though. Today's the day, fat boy. Come on. The trough's not gonna get any feed today. So once we get this done, I gotta get the truck, come back, load up the water barrels, the feed trough, the solar panel and the battery and all that business. Gotta go to the back side of the farm and get another 100-gallon water trough and then set all that stuff up in the new area. So when I get done moving the cows, a lot of times I feel like I'm almost done. But then I gotta come get the posts and pull up the posts, and I gotta move all the stuff, and it takes a lot longer than some people seem to advertise. Of course, I guess if I had hard lines for water and spent the money on that and never fed them feed no matter what, even if it was a drought or the dead of winter, then I wouldn't have nearly as much stuff to move. All right, boys, here we go. Got him eating that privet. You eat all the privet you want, buddy. Eat every bit of it. So we have a lot of Chinese privet on this farm. It's invasive, obviously. Grows like crazy. It was originally brought in as a hedge for people's lawns, and I believe the University of Georgia has hedgerows on the football field that are still Chinese privet. It's terrible stuff. Oh, look at this fescue right here. Little buddies, that good stuff? This is our midget of the group. He's a little tiny guy. So anyway, the privet went wild and finds itself into forests like this in the South Lowlands, in the River Valley. We're in the River Valley. Yeah, man, we just got privet like crazy. Apparently goats can kind of eat it if you lock them in, but they wouldn't choose to browse it. That's the first time I've seen the cows munch on it. The thing is, if you cut it off, it grows right back. I mean, it's a hedge, so it likes to be trimmed, and if you trim it with your brush hog, it'll come back like a hydra. It'll be 4 plants instead of 1. The more you cut it, the thicker it wants to grow. It's a real problem. I don't really have a solution other than just to keep brush hogging it. But I think slowly, what it does is it crowds the understory, so small trees can't get a foothold anymore. And eventually your forests age out and you just have privet. I don't know if that's happened yet in this country, but that's what the web says is going to happen. These guys haven't grazed this since this came back. I have a feeling they're going to be really stubborn about moving for a few minutes. And this is better than what they've got in the pen where they're going. So usually when I move them, I bring a bucket with about 3-4 inches of feed in the bottom that I could shake and make a lot of noise with. When I first got cattle a couple years ago, I think 3 of them got out, and it was a real problem because they'd only ever been grass fed, and there was no way to lure them. You know, they didn't care to follow me. I hadn't had them very long. They didn't know me, and without some sort of feed to entice them, So I got out there with a bucket of feed and they were like, what's that? Never seen that before. And that's when somebody gave me the tip that even if you only have grass-fed beef, it's really handy to teach them what grain is and give them a little grain from time to time. Because then if you ever need them to move or follow you or manipulate them into doing something they're not going to do on their own, you can just bring a bucket, put a little grain in it, shake it, and they'll follow you anywhere and do whatever you want. And that is very true. And it's been really handy more than once. Hey, 00. You're looking delicious today. So these are South Poles. I don't know if I've talked about South Pole before, and I'm hesitant to because there's so many good resources out on the web that you can look up. Short story is, and this is off the top of my head, Teddy Gentry from the band Alabama developed this breed. He bought a few hundred Red Angus and Hereford and Barzonas from the Southwest American desert and Sinopole from the Caribbean. He crossbred them. His purpose was to create a heat and humidity tolerant breed for the Southeast United States. And this is it. They're a medium frame, so they're not as big as the registered Black Angus. They're more like low-line Angus. The steers I take to the butcher are kind of 1,100 to 1,200 pounds. And they're super tender. The meat is freaking fantastic. I don't know if that was just a lucky side effect or what, but they make fantastic steaks. And they're furry and red in the winter, and they're very slick in the summer and greasy, oily. They're supposed to have a lot of fantastic traits, but the biggest one is being their heat tolerance. What I found over time is that it matters more where they came from. That cattle that have been selected for generations in your area are probably the most tolerant for the weather in your area, which makes sense. And you don't really need a special breed for that. I bought South Poles from Missouri, northern Missouri, and in the summer they had a hard time. At least in the early summer when it's still crazy humid, but it's also hot at the same time. They had their tongues sticking out, they were drooling, they were unhappy. Now I pretty much buy all my stock from south central Oklahoma, which is a really harsh climate, at least compared to here. It's hotter in the summer, it's colder in the winter, it's drier. You know, they have more droughts than we do. And the guy that I buy from doesn't pamper them at all. And they haven't had any problems with the heat at all. They were perfectly, I wouldn't say they were happy in June, but they didn't look sick. But they are beautiful. And to actually get them in this gate, I may have to get a bucket. Yeah, what you think we got at the end of the road, buddy? It's a big old hay bale. Whoa there, crazy. Are you happy or are you mad? Hey, boys! Watch out there, buddy. Come on now. There you go. There you go. Aren't you little darlings? Well, they are worked up. Woo, look at that fire ant hill. Don't tell anybody. The state of Arkansas doesn't believe there are fire ants in this county. And if they finally realize that there's fire ants all over this county, it'll suddenly become illegal to ship hay harvested here to any county or state north of here. There's been fire ants here for years, and I don't know how they don't know. It's pretty obvious.
Hi, Daddy.
Hey, bud. So, I'm not done yet. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. Back up. Back up. Back up, 03. Come on, you've done this before. There you go. My silly patio furniture I used to hold the gate open. Works really well. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. That'll work. Let me get a bucket. Hey guys, so my battery went out on me. I think when I was filling up the grain bucket. Anyway, everything got done. It was all pretty straightforward after that. The cows are happy. They got their hay. They got their feed, and I can see them now. They're mostly laying down. So anyway, we're about to head out for our hay ride. This is my rig. Got the Ford 3000 with the red trailer. About a dozen bales on here. So anyway, I hope you guys have a happy Halloween and a happy fall, and I guess I'll see you in November. Bye.